Okay. Hey, welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. My name's Hugo Pilcher, and yeah, I'm by myself. Matt's still in London. He's on a filming project. He's going to be there for a week or so. But we are going to be hearing from him later on in the show, because today we are talking about, yes, the IFSC final round in Kranj that happened at the weekend. Massive talking points coming from it. But first, we're going to hear a little resume from Matt about what happened, just to give you a bit of a reminder.
The little town of Kranj in Slovenia is nestled in the mountains and was the destination for the final IFSC Lead World Cup of the season. In the men's comp, it was Russia's Dmitry Fakiryanov's first IFSC Lead World Cup of the year. He had a fantastic weekend and walked away from Kranj with a bronze medal. Big things were expected from Germany's Alexander Magos, especially after the last World Cup performance in Arco. Things were much better this round as he almost topped out the route. Alex is still fairly new to senior comps, so watch this space. Silver medal for Alex. Austria's Jakob Schubert is no stranger to being on the podium at IFSC events. He climbed brilliantly all weekend, finishing first in the qualifiers and semi-finals. He made it a clean sweep in the finals by topping the route and taking the gold. In the women's competition, Britain's Molly Thompson-Smith became the first Briton to win an IFSC World Cup lead medal. Her form has improved all season and she finished off her year with a bronze medal. Korea's Jane Kim is consistently on the podium at IFSC events, and she used all her experience in Kranj. Athletic as always, she teched her way up the route and took the silver medal. Slovenia's Janja Garnbret has already sewn up the overall lead, but she wanted the win in front of her home crowd. With another dominant performance where she never looked shaken, Janja topped out the route, taking her 9th gold medal of the season. Simply unstoppable. So with the season coming to a close, let's have a look at the final results. The overall winner for the men's was Romain de Grange on 477 points, followed by Stefano Ghisolfi on 413 points and Kiichiro Karanga on 373 points. In the women's, Janja Garnbret is the champion on 665 points, with Jane Kim in second on 525 points and Anak Verhoeven on 444 points.
Thanks, Matt. So yeah, basically massive congrats to all the winners at the competition this year. I'm going to be talking about the women's. Matt's going to be talking about the men's, the main discussion points. So for the women, obviously we knew that Janja was going to win. She basically won another round. She won 9 rounds altogether this year. So she totally dominated. And if you were lucky enough to see any of the live stream, you would have seen that she just totally crushed it. And she was in imperious form pretty much every round, apart from one where she came third. So yeah, really amazing to kind of watch her. Shauna Coxey, this was like the big talking point coming into this one. 2-time bouldering world champion. She's never really, she hasn't been in a lead climbing competition on the IFSC yet. So this was her first one. So people were like, didn't know what to expect. But yeah, so she didn't quite make it to the podium, but she made it to the final, and you'd think that she'd be really happy about that. Made it to the final, a debut kind of performance. But if you have a little look on her Instagram, she wasn't exactly ecstatic with 6th place. She slipped on a hold that maybe she thought she could have, like, she didn't have to, obviously, and she felt like she had a lot more to give. She wanted to really push it, and she probably felt like she didn't actually get that chance. However, 6th place is super impressive. And you know, considering things going forward and the fact that she's like hasn't necessarily been training that long for this, it's really exciting to see what she's going to be able to do next year, and also how she's going to kind of divvy it up between the bouldering and the lead, and you know, the way that Janja's had to do it this year as well. So next talking point is Molly Thompson-Smith, who got on the podium for Kranj. Really impressive performance. Her first time on the podium and the first time that a British male or female has ever got a medal in the lead, any lead competitions in the IFSC. So, you know, really massive performance from her. She's kind of showed a bit of potential over the last couple of years, and then she's really kind of pushed it on this year. She made a couple of finals, and now she's made this podium. So it's really exciting to see what she can do next year. So all in all, Janja totally dominated this year. Like, we kind of thought that it was coming from last year, but it was amazing to see her kind of even up it even further on this year.
I always wanted to win in front of my home crowd. I was third 2 times, and it's really special to win here. It's like crowd is cheering for you, and it's so loud, and the atmosphere is perfect. So it's amazing, and it has this victory has a special place in my heart.
I don't think she's going to have it all her own way next year. I think that she's possibly going to have a bit more competition, namely from Shauna, possibly going to be climbing in some more leads next year, and some more other boulders coming across, and leads are going to be going to boulders, and then speeds are going to come. It's going to be really, really exciting to see what happens. Okay, so the men's, we're going to throw it over to Matt.
Cheers, Hugo. I hope you're not missing me too much in the office. This is my mum's house back in London where I'm crashing for a few days. Anyway, more of the IFSC talking points. So the big news for the men is that Romain de Kranj sewed up that overall win, and it was looking a little bit touch and go for a while. He had a fantastic start to the season, and then as the season progressed and wore on, he seemed to sort of have a bit of a slump, not getting those high results we sort of expect. Perhaps it was a pressure thing, perhaps he just, I don't know, got tired. But Stefano Ghisolfi, EpicTV athlete Stefano Ghisolfi, was on his heels the whole time, chasing. And it was a bit of a flip for him. So Stefano started quite weakly and then built his season throughout, but just left it a little bit too late to take that overall win. So great result for Romain. And at 35, what an achievement. It's incredible. We've got to question his motivation now. I mean, he's achieved what he wanted to achieve. Is he going to come back next season? Are we going to see him fighting for that top spot? Is he interested in Olympic qualification? He might be a little bit too old by that point. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where his motivation comes for. Having achieved what he wanted to achieve at the age of 35, maybe it's time he hangs up his climbing shoes for good. Time will tell. The other bit of news was Alex Megos' return to competition climbing. Now, he didn't have the best round in Arco when he competed, by his own standards, really, pretty amazing for everyone else. So it was going to be interesting to see how he bounced back in this competition. Predictably enough, he did pretty well. We know he's on good form. We talked last week about him climbing in Greece and crushing everything. So it was no surprise to see him climbing well in Kranj. Nearly topped the route, came very, very close. Perhaps a little bit of uncompetition stamina stuff. I don't know, that might not be a word. But yeah, again with Megos, let's see what he does next season. He's going to compete a whole round of World Cups. Is he only interested in picking and choosing certain ones? Has he got half an eye on Olympic qualification? Because remember, as it stands, there's only 18 athletes going to qualify for the Olympics and only 2 from each country. So there are some strong German athletes out there, and we'll see if Alex is up for the Olympics. We'll see if he's up for training for speed as well, because he might not be. So yeah, an amazing IFSC in Kranj for the men. Cool to see other people like Dimitri coming and getting the bronze medal. And we've seen this all season. We've seen boulderers climbing in lead. We've seen speed climbers climbing in lead. And I think everyone is starting to consolidate their skills, prepare themselves for possible Olympics, and have half an eye on that sort of combined title as well as just the individuals. I'm filming in London all week. See you later. Back to you, Hugo, in the studio. I've always wanted to say that.
So that's it from the IFSC for this year. The next season is starting in April 2018, and before that, in between then and now though, there's like a whole bunch of competitions that we are booked to go to and that we're going to be reporting from, that we're going to be talking about. And the first one is happening this weekend. It's Blockfest at Mile End, and that is part of the reason that Matt is over in London. So Matt's going to be there filming it with the guys who normally film it, going around getting some kind of bit of chit chat from them. So yeah, really, really excited to see that. The highlights reel is going to be dropping next Wednesday, I think. So stay tuned for that. Talking about some other videos on EpicTV, we've got some really exciting content coming through. We've got a 10-part injury prevention series coming from the Climbing Doctor, who we interviewed on Climbing Daily on Monday.
I'm Jared Vagey from theclimbingdoctor.com.
That's dropping today. The first part of it is, at least, and that's going to be kind of following on over the next kind of 10 weeks. Really interesting, and if you're interested in how to prevent getting climbing injuries, you should definitely watch it. It's well worth a watch. Also, we have got a really, really exciting series coming up. It's a series we've been doing with La Sportiva. It's called Living Legends, where we follow the athletes around, like see their progression, kind of got like profiles type thing. But basically, we managed to film with Anna Stur, Kilin Fischuber, and Pachi Uzgobia. And so because it's a 3-part series, one video for each of those guys. And the first part is Anna Stur, that's dropping tomorrow. And here's a little teaser just to whet your appetite.
I think we both get something out of the training together. When you're climbing with someone else, you just learn different moves. I kind of try to tell her that she's good enough for the competitions, which she is, of course, but sometimes you need someone to tell you.
Testing myself or proving myself is definitely not my main motivation. I just want to have fun and I want to enjoy the moment, and I want to have good days outside or inside.
Yeah, so that looks amazing. Really, really pleased with how that's turned out. That's dropping tomorrow, and then we got the Killian Fisher one dropping the week after that, and then Patchy one dropping the week after that. So that's it. We're done here. Basically, next week Matt will be back, and hopefully we'll have some more stuff to talk about. In the meantime, see you later.